live right now?
Right.
Yes, we are live.
Good morning, Walter. I've joined you
Good
just
morning.
now.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Yes.
Good morning, Bharati.
Hi Walter, hi Savita, hi Pramod sir.
Geetanjali will be joining us.
Yes sir.
Good morning, all. Good morning, everybody.
நான் பேசுறது
Good morning.
கேக்குதா?
It is audible, Bharati.
It's clear.
Okay Walter. Okay.
Bharati, I think you have to tell Geetanjali to join soon because we have only 10 minutes to go. So we
Okay,
will
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
we will start promptly so that the audience will have some time to question the resource person.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Rama, ma'am, can you just move your camera down a bit, ma'am?
Okay, sure. Is it fine?
Yes.
Is it okay now? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I kindly request the participants to wait for, we have around 8 minutes to go. So we'll wait for the other participants to join us as well, and then we will start the session. So please kindly wait.
No.
We have just around 25 participants in the chat and around 50 viewing. So we'll wait for another 5 minutes.
கீதாஞ்சலி பாரதி கிட்ட சொல்லி இல்லைன்னா நீ கால் பண்ணி கீதாஞ்சலி
Good morning, Geetanjali.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Savita, ma'am. Pramod, sir.
Good morning, Geetanjali.
Good morning, ma'am.
Bharati has just gone out of the stream. Once she comes back, we can. Yes. I kindly request the participants to please wait for 5 minutes till we have the others
Rema ma'am,
join.
Yes, yes. Hello, hello.
ma'am, I worked in SRM, Vadapalli, here.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. And I remember Mr. Pramod, I remember seeing him in our campus also earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah, your names are,
we are
by the
not
way, very
unfamiliar.
familiar. Yeah, very familiar.
Yes. Bharati is not yet in the stream. Geetanjali, you have all the script, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because Bharati is unable to join us at the moment.
Okay, sir.
She's having connectivity issues.
Okay, sir. I will
Okay.
read that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rama ma'am? Rama ma'am, shall we start?
Walter,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Bharati will join from my mobile. Okay, so we will
Okay,
make a
ma'am.
beginning now. We'll make a beginning.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, very pleasant morning to all the participants, our students. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar on Learn German Scope for Education and Career Opportunities in India and Germany, organized by the Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus. I would like to say that this webinar is mainly informative, and it will be very interesting for students, especially those who requested it to be, to have requested us to have one on German language. So this will be extremely beneficial to all the participants. So please do interact with the resource persons at the end of the session. At this juncture, I would like to request Dr. Rama, Professor and Head Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Walter, and very happy morning to all the young students and the faculty members who are all present here for the webinar today. On behalf of the Department of English and Foreign Languages, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus, I extend a very, very warm welcome to all of you. I know all of you are eagerly awaiting. Once again, the department, I invite all of you to be very proactive and participative. Once the session is over, you can ask a number of questions. And as I move to the next part of our entire session, I want to extend my warm welcome to the resource persons today, Mr. Pramod and Mrs. Sabita. They are not new to our campus. They are not new to our faculty. We have interacted with them on many occasions. So I welcome both of them on behalf of our department. And I'm sure I can assure all of you, you're going to have an enlightening session because they are going to tell you a lot regarding Learn German, which involves the scope and opportunities you'll have after learning German, both in India and in Germany. And that is definitely going to have a tremendous impact on your employability. So I'm sure many of you will benefit out of it. And I again welcome the resource persons and all the attendees. And I hand over the session to Bharati.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning. The topic of today's online lecture is Learn German, Scope for Education and Career Opportunities in India and Germany. The lecture will focus on the scope of learning a foreign language, especially German. In today's competitive and interconnected world, learning a foreign language like German will help you stand out of the crowd, advance your career opportunities, and helps you to be more receptive and appreciative. The objective of this lecture is to educate the students about the advantages of learning a foreign language, especially German. Learning a new language requires you to be familiar with grammar, vocabulary, and rules and teaches you how to apply this acquired knowledge. The more you utilize your brain, the better it works. It also helps in boosting up the problem solving skills. By learning a foreign language, you try to understand regional expressions and nuances and find their hidden meanings, which enhances your decision making abilities. It is also proved that decisions you make in a foreign language are more reasonable and logical than those taken in your native language. So, learning a foreign language, especially German, will provide you multiple benefits and upskill your career to new heights. To know more, here we have guest speakers, Ms. Sabita and Mr. Pramod, to share their views and experience. I take great pleasure in introducing Ms. Sabita, trainer at German Academy, who is managing the institute, imparting German training from A1 to B2. Ms. Sabita is an MBA graduate who completed C2 on her own interest without a teacher. She has also worked as an administrative officer in ACS group of colleges. She enhanced her teaching in Livewire and Innerword Institute of Languages. She has also worked as German teacher in Athiraj and SRM University, Vadapalani campus. Another resource person who has joined us today is Mr. Pramod. He has 18 years of corporate experience in human resource management, serving in HCL, HP, Scope International, ED Software, and Polaris, followed by 7 years of teaching experience in French language. Now, he's a French trainer, edupreneur in German Academy. I welcome our resource persons and I hand over the session to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Bharati. Ma'am, you can start your presentation.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for the warm word.
Let me go ahead with the presentation. Thanks for the nice words and introduction and setting the perspective. We go on to the first slide without any delay. As you see the map of Germany there. Deutschland. Deutschland is the other name for Germany. Before we go into the details about education, work, opportunities, and all those things, let us first look at a brief history of Germany. Germany is a West European country whose capital is Berlin. The other main cities, important cities, are Hamburg, Munich, Frankfurt, and Bremen. If you look at the history of Germany, they have faced various challenges in the past. The World War I and II, then partition of West and East Germany, and then subsequently the reunification of Germany in 1990. All these things shook them hard. After all these events, they did not turn back at all and went ahead doing great strides in this world. Germany emerged as Europe's largest economy, 4th GDP in the world, and the world's second largest exporter of products. This makes Germany as a hotspot for education and job opportunities. As you know, Germans are very proud of and passionate of their language. Hence, the significance of learning German as a foreign language for us is equally important. Talking about the current context, as you all know, in the COVID times, and if you have noticed in the media, you would have understood that Germany's response to COVID-19 containment, it has been appreciated worldwide. I think they have flattened the curve effectively while other countries are managing it and struggling with it. The Chancellor Angela Merkel, whose leadership has been highly appreciated as a woman leader who handled the pandemic effectively. The socio-political and economic status among the European countries is a big plus. Thereby, studies in Germany, work in Germany, all those things are going to matter in this post-COVID world. And hence, it makes good sense to choose Germany as an option for work as well as studies. Coming to German. German is the most widely spoken native language in Europe and one of the major languages of the world. By the way, German is not only spoken in Germany, it is actually the official language of Austria, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Belgium, and Luxembourg. What you see on the screen is a snapshot of the map, the currency, and the flag. Next, let us have a glimpse of the relevant fields which are important for us as Indians, because there are a lot of plus points that we have and which are actually complementing the strengths of Germany. As we all know, career is one of the most important motivators for foreign language learning. Germans are world leaders in engineering, medicine, and healthcare. Fluency in the German language has opened up job opportunities in the field of logistics, automobile, power and utility, mass media, entertainment, tourism, information technology, financial services, and outsourcing. The major powerhouses, the flagship companies which you see on the screen, the BMWs, the Volkswagen, Bosch, Daimler, Adidas, Allianz, Deutsche Bank, Siemens, SAP, BSF, and Lufthansa. These are all big brands that most of us are familiar with. We had something to do with all these brands. Having German language skills on your CV can help your career in many of these international corporations. Around 10 years back, there was not much emphasis on language proficiency for job prospects in Germany. Now, as the competition has increased, the Germans are preferring professionals in engineering field with very good communication skills. Because as you know, there is a concept of demand and supply. There is more of supply and hence the demand has gone up. So they look for people with good German communication skills, and wherever the job requires interaction locally, levels up to B2 in German is preferred. In the next 3 or 4 slides, we will be seeing what is this B2. These are all different levels. I'll say that right now. We will go into the details later on. What is B2? These are all German levels. In Germany, wherever there are leadership roles, by the way, there are several professionals in the IT industry, in logistics industry, manufacturing industry who are looking for leadership roles in Germany. For them, B2 or a C1 level, which is a high level in German, is required, because you have to be using the language at a very high level, interacting, convincing, negotiating. So that level of B2 or C1 is required. For doctors, the requirement is C1 level, For nurses, mandatorily you have to have completed B2 in German. The A1 certificate, which is the basic first level foundational certificate course, is required for spouses wishing to join their husband or wife in Germany. And for citizenship purpose, a minimum B1 certificate is required. We will now look in terms of the visa requirements for working professionals. As you see in the slide, there are two types of visas. One is a job seeker visa and another is a work permit visa. We will see both of them. Job seeker visa. The best way to migrate to Germany is through the job seeker visa. For example, an individual, a professional, is working for an ex-IT company and they're looking for opportunities in Germany. They can apply for a job seeker visa, which means they are given a permission to come to Germany and seek local jobs. That visa is issued for 6 months of stay there and allows the applicant to look for a job in Germany. He can do local, he can attend interviews, he can show his skills to prospective employers and get an appointment order or an offer and secure a suitable job as per their skills and experience. You will be allowed to bring your dependents after securing employment and then convert the job seeker visa to a work permit. Next one is a work permit visa. Who needs to go for a work permit visa? To be eligible to work in Germany, you must have a work permit visa. If you find that you need a work visa to enter Germany, you should already have a job offer or a contract in order to be issued your work visa. In both these cases, for visa, you need to be submitting a signed contract form from your future employer and a certificate about compulsory health insurance. That's about visa requirements for working professionals. We'll go into students later on in the future slides. Now we'll see what are the career opportunities for all of us. Career opportunities in India. The following are the different opportunities that one can seek in India if you know German. What level you need to know German? That we'll go into the next slides. But if you know German to a certain level, there are 4 different opportunities, jobs which are available. Translators and interpreters, BPO, language career in tourism, German language teachers, career in import and export. You see, several MNCs are taking professionals into these German language professionals into their company. Many multinational organizations require technical and non-technical discussions with clients for acquiring new projects and business. And especially in the post-COVID world, traveling is going to be minimum. So in that case, effective conference calls, talking business, negotiating offers, and convincing clients have to happen. A good German language professional who is able to translate the high-level business discussions will be a great value. What level should we have? C1. Thanks to the strong economic growth Germans make very good money and are entitled to 6 weeks of vacation in a year. They are significant spenders of tourist dollars in the world. So that's a big opportunity for Indians if you are working as a tourist guide or an interpreter. Before I go into the details, let me tell you, an IT or an ITS company as part of the translation team would require a minimum of B2 or a C1. Germans are traveling all over the world, Africa, Asia, and Americas. Wherever you go in Europe, North America, and other parts, you are sure to encounter German speakers. In India, there is good career scope in hospitality, leisure, and tourism sectors if you have good German communication skills. If the travel agencies, tour companies, tour guides, hotels, airlines, and car rental agencies can communicate with them, I mean the tourists, in their language, business is for sure. Let me tell you of an organization. I'll pick one, cherry pick. Amazon. In OMR, they have a great facility employing so many local talent. It's a major recruiter of German language professionals. I know that they go to the different campuses in the city trying to take graduates of any stream. The differentiating factor is German language certification. Minimum requirement, B2, is required in Amazon. You can check it for yourself in the job site, naukri.com. Look for a designation called Catalog Associate. You can check out the salary levels, the requirement, the qualification, and German level. Everything is there for you to see. In fact, an interesting note, there are students who have joined our academy, that is German Academy, with the sole purpose of getting a German-based job in Amazon. Why? Because of their very good HR practices and welfare schemes. Very important point. When they go to the campuses in Chennai, there are students who are taken for their strength in English, and also students who have the differentiating factor of German. Both are taken. It will be interesting to note that the German language students who are taken with, say, B2 level, along with their graduation, they are paid double salary. Note the point. Another area where one can seek employment in India, if you have a flair for teaching, one can find opportunities in various schools and colleges as German faculty. There are colleges, universities offering German as a language as part of their curriculum. SRM is one, SRM University, VIT, CIT, and so on. We see more and more Kendriya Vidyalaya schools and other schools, including German as a foreign language in their curriculum. Opportunities are there in Goethe Institute. We'll go into what is Goethe Institute, Max Muller Bhavan in the next few slides later on. Sabita will be giving a complete picture about all that. Goethe Institute is one place where if you have the right qualification, you can be taken up as a faculty in Goethe Institute. Freelance teachers, German teacher jobs, faculties are also available for people who have done required levels B1 or B2. So these are some of the advantages of learning German, how it's going to be useful for you and me here in India itself. Yeah. Now we are seeing what are the top 5 reasons for studying in Germany for us Indian students. Now, let me talk about students. 5 points you are reading there. They offer bachelor's, master's, doctoral, and postdoctoral programs. We put 5 important points why one needs to choose Germany among various other options. Quality of education and research facilities. Germany is home to 45 of the top ranked universities in the world. There are more than 400 universities in Germany to opt from, in fact. They are some of the most prestigious educational institutes, not only in Europe, but all around the world. They provide quality education and research facilities that are best in the world. English language courses. Germany is a country with a large number of courses available in English for international students. There are 162 English taught courses for medicine, 523 English taught courses for engineering and fields related to it, and more than 700 courses available for science and information technology courses in Germany. In the year 2018, Germany was a place to be with around 350,000 international students, which includes Indians also. We'll go into specific India, people from India studying there. We'll go into a separate, we have a separate slide. We'll go into that, some demographics. Indian students were the second largest demographic in Germany, Next, tuition free in universities. By the way, tuition free universities in Germany. One of the most attractive aspects of studying in Germany for Indian students is the tuition-free public universities in Germany. There are public universities and private universities. The public universities are free for the locals there as well as people like us who are going and studying there. Unlike many, by the way, private universities are universities run by corporates there. So there is a fee there for students who study there, study in private universities. Unlike many study abroad destinations, the public universities in Germany are free for international students, as I said. Some universities charge a nominal semester fee ranging from 1.5 lakhs to 2 lakhs per semester. The living expenses will be somewhere around 4 to 5 lakhs per semester. When we compare the living expenses to neighboring countries, Germany comes out as one of the most affordable European countries. Numerous study fields. Indian students who are interested in studying a master's in Germany can choose their specialization from a variety of offered subjects. Additionally, universities in Germany offer the added bonus of free German language support. 5. Job opportunities. Part-time job opportunities. International students have the option to work part-time during their studies, working around 10 to 20 hours a week. To get a part-time job, your German language proficiency plays a major role. That's the reason why learning German in India and applying is important, because you will have a head start in terms of being considered for jobs, part-time jobs. And it will involve interaction with local people when you're doing the part-time. So good knowledge of language is very important when you land there. It is preferable to have an A2. Next, we look at the statistics. As I was mentioning, we looked in the earlier slide about the overall international students in Germany. Now, let's
Mr.
look
Pramod,
at...
if I may interrupt.
Yeah.
There is a bar at the bottom of your screen. Can you just click on hide on that?
Okay.
It's saying besides stop sharing, you just click on hide.
I've done that. I think now it's it's gone.
Yes, it's gone.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Carry on. Yes.
So this is a small this is a statistics overall bird's eye view in terms of stacking up percentage. The first word in that slide is DAD, D-A-A-D. Deutscher Akademischer Austauschdienst, or it is a German academic exchange service. It is kind of an institution which will be providing scholarship opportunity at institutes of higher education and research in Germany. They have their office in Chennai also. They give us from time to time. There are seminars conducted where it's open, it's free for anybody to attend. You should go into the DAD website. I'll give you the details of the DAD website. Time to time, they give they provide seminars giving understanding about the various options, different courses and different universities. They try to be an intermediary between that country and Germany. DAAD. For more information regarding scholarship, you can visit the DAD website, DAAD, http www.daad.de. Just put DAAD and Google, you'll get there. Now, they have given some statistics which are there on your screen. I'm not going to go to all the details. You see, engineering tops the list for international students from India in German universities, 70%. Mathematics and natural sciences, 12%. Law and social studies, 13%. And others, other courses, miscellaneous, 5%. A total of 64% of Indian students choose universities, 34% choose Fachhochschulen, that they are universities of applied sciences. You see in the screen the top 10 universities. So there are different ways in which ranking is done. By the way, I think last week there was an NIRF ranking system of Indian universities which has been declared, IIT Chennai being the number one in India. Similar to that, worldwide accepted ranking is the QS ranking. You can go into you can Google QS ranking 2020. They come out with a list of top 10 German universities. I just read a few. The number one is the Technical University of Munich, TUM. On the right side, the picture is their wonderful campus. TU Munich it's called. Second top university is Ludwig Maximilian University, again in Munich. Third one is Heidelberg University. Then Humboldt University, Berlin. Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, KIT. Freie Universität Berlin, RWTH Aachen University. Technische Universität Berlin, University of Freiburg, University of Tübingen. See, these QS ranking, basically, just to give you a little, I'll not go into the detail, there are various factors in which they evaluate a university. Indian university look in terms of the content, the curriculum, the number of the research papers and things like that. Whereas these universities consider these things, along with that also the perception of students and people in the community, in the world, also that comes into play when they come out with the QS ranking. Like, for example, students facilities, students hostel, and scholarship, all those things are put together and these rankings are made. Now we are going to see the visa rules for students. Earlier we saw for the working professionals. Now it's for the students. You see in the screen, obviously you have to have a visa beforehand. The documents required for visa processing are university admission letter, proof of financial resources, proof of health insurance coverage, university entrance qualification, proof of language proficiency, German blocked account confirmation letter. I'll just tell one point about the German blocked account confirmation letter. The German universities would like to have a proof that you have enough money to fund your course there. So you're expected to put a certain amount of money which will cover your 1 year expenses there before you even travel, and prove to them that you have that money. So before you go, that's called as the German blocked account confirmation letter. Bachelor's degree in Germany. Indian students who want to study in Germany for a bachelor course must have the following details. Documents: entrance qualification, transcript of grades, proof of language, ID, passport, letter of motivation. Language proficiency is a must. In Germany, every university is autonomous. This means that every university has its own set of criteria for admitting students. So you need to check the university website, and especially the program you're interested in, to find the exact admission requirements. On the lighter side, if you look at the list that I sent you, that I showed you, you can look at those universities, look at those their website and see what is the requirement. Please note that almost all the UG programs are conducted in German medium. Please note, all UG programs are conducted in German medium. We'll go into the PG later, but this is an important point. For that, obviously, you have to be good in German to apply. What is required? 2 parameters. 1, subject or scholastic aptitude. Number 2, language proficiency. If you have to apply for a bachelor's program, you have to fulfill one of the following 3 criteria. Pass 1. Criteria 1. Passing the qualification.
Don't worry, madam. You will find out the formula which will always increase the.
Passing the qualification assessment examination in Germany called Feststellungsprüfung. The Feststellungsprüfung is an examination conducted by universities that assess your proficiency in subjects that are crucial to your chosen degree program, also in German language. A foundation course in Studienkolleg can help you prepare for this examination. Next criteria. If you are an Indian student seeking bachelor's, which means you are a 12th standard student, I'm sure that there are several 12th standard students in this webinar, successfully completing the first year of a bachelor's program from a recognized university in India in the relevant field, that is first year degree people. Third criteria, successfully clearing the IIT joint entrance examination, advanced, JEE advanced, for admission to courses in technology and natural sciences. So these are the 3 criteria based on which you can seek admissions for bachelor's degree. Masters. Now we go into masters. For masters, you see the various documents that are required. I'm not going to that for want of time. Students are expected to have at least 70 to 75% from a reputed Indian university. You can extrapolate it to the CGPA number, that the format that we have in India. They are also required to appear for GRE by some universities, and a score of above 310 in GRE should be the needful. Also, it can boost a student's profile or a candidature if he has an IELTS or a TOEFL score of 6 in IELTS or a TOEFL 100, 110. The courses meant for international students are called international study programs and are taught in English. Note the point. That is only available for masters only. Unless a student has a sound knowledge of German language B2 or higher, there is no point in opting for courses taught in German otherwise, because everything right from the start in a in a German medium course will be difficult. The students willing to learn German must, now coming to the point, the students willing to learn German must do it through institutes which train on the CEFR guidelines. Madam Sabita will be explaining about what this is all about, and you are expected to take up a Goethe certificate examination. She'll talk about that later, and clear test DAF examination. The level to be cleared is generally specified on the university website, German university website, as it depends on what percentage of classes are conducted in German. So the various documents, that SOP is otherwise called as Statement of Purpose, Letter of Recommendation, LOR, that is LOR, and work experience letters from your, if you're a working person, then from your immediate superior or a boss. So this is Masters in Germany. German language proficiency. As an Indian student, very important slide. As an Indian student, you need to submit the scores of a standardized language proficiency test. Note that almost all undergraduate courses in Germany are offered in the German language. So in case you are aiming to attend such courses, you will have to learn German. In the postgraduate, on the other hand, postgraduate courses, there are numerous study programs taught in English, including some which are delivered both in German and English at the same time. Some universities require German certification mandatorily. Now, Sabita will now talk about CEFR, German levels and exam. Over to Sabita.
Thank you. Let us now talk about German language levels and exams. As many of us here know, Goethe Institute is the international institution where you can study German and can take up the certificate examinations. Goethe Institute is funded by grants from the Germany and also by the fees from its own courses and examinations. It is also possible to study in any other German institute and take up Goethe certificate exams as external candidate. You will receive the same certificate on successfully clearing the appropriate level exam. According to the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, that is, please not CEFR, all European languages have 6 levels, starting from A1, that is the beginner level, and ending by C2, that is the proficient level. From A1 to B2, there are also separate exams for children from the age of 12 to 16. These exams are called FIT A1 exam, FIT A2 exam, like that. Coming to the exams, all exams consist of 4 parts: reading and listening comprehension, writing and speaking. 60% is the pass mark, and there are also different grades. In German, it is like Ausreichend for fair, befriedigend for satisfactory, good, sehr good, depending upon the percentage. Obviously, the complexity of each part increases as you move up the levels. Now let us talk about the capability potential of each level. A1 and A2 levels, they are the basic language speaker levels. On completion of A1 level, we can understand and use familiar everyday expressions and very basic phrases to satisfy concrete needs. Like, we can introduce ourselves and others, and can ask and answer questions about personal details like what's your name, where are you living, where do you live, where are you from, what's your hobby, like that. We can interact in a simple way, provided the other person talks slowly and clearly and is prepared to help. That is the A1 level. To survive in Germany, A1 is enough. That's why for spouse joining visas and all, A1 is, in some cases, A1 is mandatory. Then A2 level. Once we complete A2 level, we can understand sentences and frequently used expressions related to areas like basic personal and family information, shopping, local geography, and employment, and so on. Here in A2 level, we study compound sentences using connectors like because, whether, if, etc. We can describe in simple terms aspects of our background, immediate environment, and matters of immediate need. So, students who seek part-time jobs in Germany and all, it is better to have an A2. Some universities will not be asking for any language level, but to survive, it is better to have at least A2 level. Then B1 and B2, these are the independent user level. On completion of B1, we can understand the main points when clear standard language is used. And the focus is on familiar matters associated with work, school, leisure, etc. Here in B1, we study complex sentences using double connectors like not only but also, neither nor, either or, like that. We can describe our experiences, events, dreams, hopes, and ambitions. And briefly, we can give reasons and explanations for our opinions and plans. Coming to B2, B2 itself is 2 levels, B2.1 and B2.2. And we have to take up the exam only at the end of B2.2 level. On completion of B2, we can understand the main ideas of complex texts on both concrete and abstract topics, including technical discussions in our field of specialization, and explain a viewpoint on an issue, giving the advantages and disadvantages of various options. We can interact with a degree of some amount of fluency, which makes the regular interaction with native speakers quite possible. Then C1 and C2 are the proficient levels. C1 is called Kleines Deutsches Sprachdiplom. We can understand a wide range of demanding longer text, and we can recognize implicit meaning and communicate fluently and spontaneously, and we can use the language flexibly and effectively for social, academic, and professional purposes. The last level is C2. That is called Grosses Deutsches Sprachdiplom. After completion of C2, we can understand with ease practically everything heard or read. We can express ourselves spontaneously, very fluently and precisely, and also make finer nuances of meaning clear in more complex topics. As you know, the one and only exam which is globally valid is Goethe certificate exam and also TELC exams. See, in the A1 and A2, when you can A1, there is no sectional cutoff. You have to get 60% together in all the 4 modules. That is reading, writing, listening, and speaking. That is for A1. Coming to A2 and C1, you have to get 60% in speaking alone, and the other 3 modules together 60%. If you are not getting 60% in speaking alone and the other you are get other 3 together, you are getting 60% or 70%, even 70%, you don't clear the exam. You have to write again and get 60% for speaking and the other 3 together 60%. Coming to B1, B2 and C2, we write another exam called OSD exam. OSD full form is Österreich, Schweiz, Deutschland. B2 and C2, you have to pass each module separately with 60%. You are clearing 2 modules 60%, and other 2 you are getting less than 60%, then you have to write the other 2 modules only. For modules which you have got 60%, you have already cleared that. Then coming to test stuff, it is the advanced level language exam. The certificate issued upon completion of test stuff exam, it acts as evidence of the language skills needed to gain admission to almost any subject and degree course in universities and institutions of higher education in Germany. Then TELC. TELC is another organization like Goethe, which offers exams, German exams. In India, there is only one exam center, and that is at Bangalore. Now, Mr. Pramod will speak about our academy, German academy.
So we come to the last slide. Some bullet points there. Our inception was in 2013, so it's been 7 years. We've been involved in imparting German language to people in Chennai. Faculty profile is a C2 in German. Savita, she's also done her diploma in teaching German. We spoke in depth about CEFR framework. We follow that framework. There are regular batches of A1, A2, B1, and B2. And currently, in the COVID world, we are not having classroom session. We were one of the few institutions which moved into online classes immediately on the arrival of COVID. So that's here to stay. I mean, the online classes. Syllabus and books as prescribed by Goethe Institute. As I mentioned, one can actually study in Goethe Institute or any institution like ours also. But exam has to be done at Goethe in order for you to get a globally valid certificate for the purposes which I mentioned, be it studies. As far as our A1, A2, B1, B2 are concerned, we include exam training is also there in our program. It works out to approximately 80 to 90 hours of classroom time. Exam training is very important because knowing the language alone is not enough. You need to know the nuances of how to crack the exam. Reading, writing, speaking, listening. And we have flexible weekday and weekend batches. We cluster students into batches, morning, evening, and weekend batches. Emphasis on all the 4 areas, reading, writing, speaking, listening. And we have a very active alumni in some of the top universities in Germany, which we just saw. There are a lot of Indian students who are moving to Germany. The percentage shows a positive sign every year. And in this post-COVID world, people are going to flock to countries which are going to be good hosts and who are able to have a bigger plan and not have shorter focus. You can reach us in our website. Our regular courses are available. The timings and schedules are all available in German, www.germanacademy.in, and we can be contacted in those numbers, which is provided there. So that covers all the portions. You may have a lot of doubts. Maybe two points from your side in case you're asking a question. Say, I'm doing a devil's advocate. How many levels should I study? The answer is, it depends on the time and effort you can put. Say, if you're looking at studies in Germany, if you're having a B2 and another student is having a B1 or an A2, you're going to have an edge because your CGPA, your work experience, or your papers that you've submitted, all those things along with that German language gives you an edge if you have a higher level. So having a higher level is always useful. Maximum B1, B2 engineering students take. When should I study? That's another question. I'm in 10th or 11th or 12th. I'm in first year. I have internship to do. I have papers to submit. When should I do? So I think you need to look at it from a bigger perspective in terms of various other challenges and things that you need to do. So put German also as one of the activities whenever you find time and you're able to complete, because you have to be focused during the 2 months or 4 months that you're going to learn. So planning it that way, the earlier the better, so that later time you can plan to do higher levels. You can do an A1 and then take a break, be involved in other activities, interesting activities, and go on to do higher levels when required. So that's in short about us, and hope whatever we discussed is going to be useful for you. all these things, whatever we mentioned, are just tip of the iceberg. You can see a lot of things. You can Google these things. And I think we are done. Over to Walter.
Thank you so much, Pramod. That was a wonderful session, and it was very informative and exactly what students are looking for. Can you just come out of your screen sharing? Students are posting some queries. I will just post it on the screen.
Okay.
Yes, Pramod, can you see yourself on the screen?
Yeah, we are seeing ourselves. Yes.
Okay. So the first question. For learning German language, is there any institute in Calcutta?
Calcutta, there is Goethe Institute.
The Goethe Institute has their chapters in mostly all the major cities. Calcutta definitely has a Goethe Institute.
And there will be also private institutes. But before you join a private institute, you have to check who is the faculty, what they teach, means is it according to CEFR level, like that.
What is the book that they're following? What is the level of the faculty? All those things. It doesn't matter, any institution, but if you are able to understand what are the various factors and criteria that goes into a good institution, no problem.
But if you are not able to find an institute, if there is a Goethe Institute, join Goethe Institute only. That's my advice. And next question is about scopes in teaching field.
That's by Reena Jesus. Okay.
Previously, it was B1 in schools and all. They were asking for B1 only. But now, there is PARSH school, partnership schools. Schools which have partnership with Goethe to teach German. Now they are asking for B2 level qualified teachers, as well as you have to do the diploma in teaching in German. So Kendriya Vidyalayas are offering schools like Vidyodaya, UC, Union Christian, Don Bosco. Here all there are teaching opportunities. In all these schools there are teaching opportunities, and more colleges they are offering in German foreign language inbuilt in the curriculum, or as an outside course like that you can learn German. So there also teachers are required, at least B1 or B2. Better you have a B2 level, then you will be also comfortable. And A2, I think in SRM they are teaching A1 level. Separately for dual degree students and all, you have to take A2 level, I think so. Then how much GPA is required for MS in Germany?
That is asked by Rushita D.
Okay. CGPA, it is better to have 8. Study in a course.
English medium
course. Your application will be considered only if you have 7.5 CGPA. That is considered in good universities. That means public universities where it is free. Then if it is in German medium, then you require only like 7 CGPA like that.
Next question is by Ranjana Panigar. Please suggest an institute to learn German in Rajasthan. I think the answer is same as Calcutta.
I don't think there is a Goethe syndrome or Goethe Institute in Rajasthan.
Nearby would be Delhi. I think so.
You have to see.
But again, if you are able to evaluate based on the parameters that we mentioned, we took you through in terms of their adherence to the CEFR model and the level of the faculty and their experience, I think you can actually learn, because your exam should happen in Goethe only, wherever it is nearby. Govin Pancholi, what is opportunity for electrical engineer in Germany? Okay, that is a very topical question.
Usually, Germany is considered as the hub of mechanical engineering opportunities, but now most of the mechanical engineering, that field is almost saturated. So now it is IT, and also everything is becoming automatized. So even mechanical students, they have to study other courses in computer courses. And electrical engineering, you have higher MS in Germany opportunities. And then after completion of MS in Germany, with a sound knowledge of German, you will get opportunities. Mostly it is mechanical, and now at present it is IT.
And for that question, and added to that, you can look out a website. Anybody can go through a site called makeitingermany.com. It is run by the federal government. There's a chat session also there. You can check out your, your fitment to some of the jobs available. Okay. Next question is by Soumya Kannan. Can one learn German online? Yes, of course. That is what we took you through. Yes, we also ourselves are, into the online mode now. So feel free to contact us. Shreya, how about the accommodations in Germany?
Once you get an admission, the university itself will recommend places for accommodations. Sometimes university hostel or else accommodation outside. University hostel will be more expensive compared to other places. So what you can do means, there will be always senior group, Facebook groups, like that, community groups, or your senior studying there. You can approach them. You can contact them for suitable accommodation.
Soumya Kannan again asks, English graduates have wide opportunities in German. On a lighter note, let me tell you, it's only on a lighter note. Germans think that their language is much superior to all the other languages, just on a lighter note. So, but that definitely, English language, I heard for the local people, there are opportunities. One can actually look up the DAD website. They will be in a position to kind of give you specific opportunities from time to time. Dharnish RSD. Is the need for mechanical engineers in German is increasing nowadays? See, actually, good question. It is a folklore rather that Germany mechanical engineer is in boom and all that. See, it's a demand and supply. There are a lot of mechanical engineers who are there. So obviously the number of jobs are already taken, and I'm not trying to discount the fact that no opportunities. Yes, there are opportunities, but it's not like how it was
here. One second, German language proficiency plays a major role for job opportunities for mechanical engineers, because you have to interact with locals. So at least B2 level is required. Mechanical engineers and with good experience in India, with German knowledge, you can apply. There is scope.
Aisha Siddiqa asks scope of German in teaching in international schools and university. I think we have answered that.
International schools, yes. International schools, yes.
Earlier.
There is scope of German in teaching in international schools. Universities, we already explained. International schools in Bangalore and all international school they want.
Okay, Princess Chances, which level is needed for translator or interpreters? We already have it in the slide itself.
Preferably C1 or C2. They will take people with B2, but if you have to be comfortable, then let it be C1.
Interpreters have to be at a higher level, because you're going to, on the spot, be responding to questions, and your level of communication and understanding should be very high. So I think C1 is good. Lakshmi Prabha asks, do you speak German fluently? How long it took for you? Good. That's a personal question. So,
okay. Actually, I completed my C1. I studied from A1 to C1 in Goethe Institute. That is around 10 years back. Then I did my C2 on my own, out of interest. And then I cleared the exams in Goethe. So see, as we are, I'm not an interpreter now. I do interpretation, but not frequently. As I teach till B2, I will be interacting in that B2 level. I can speak fluently, but then C1 and C2 I'm not in touch at present, because I completed my C2 2 years back. to have a good communication in that very high level, you have to be in touch with people who speak in that level. So yes, till B2, that level I can speak fluently and I can interact with native people.
How long it took?
That's what I told. 1.5 years I completed my C1, then I was able to, from then onwards, I'm able to speak fluently in German.
What about the scope for MBA students?
MBA students is not actually much.
Because Germany is known for the technical expertise. MBA, there are other countries options. I'm not discounting the fact that Germany will not have. Definitely, they're having. I think the DAD website, please go to and check for some seminars and all that. They'll be able to guide you.
For business development and all, if you're going, yes.
Keshavardhini, I'm studying BSc Clinical Nutrition. Can you suggest for linking German language to the course and applying for PG courses in Germany? I think we had answered in the slide.
You can visit that website. There is elaborate description about each university giving courses.
Roshika asks, are there on-campus placements in German universities, or should the graduates pursue off-campus placements?
Off-campus placements. You have to apply and you have to attend the interview like that.
Vishal Mohanty, is there any scope for Indians in IT fields? Yes,
of course. Very good. Very
Actually,
good.
Actually, IT is booming there. That's the latest information. You can check that out. Are there any opportunities in the fashion industry? Yes, there are. But what I feel is, to answer this topical question, that there is a number. You can just type DWAD, Google it, and then they are available. You can speak to them.
Fashion industry and all, there must be a sound knowledge of German language. You have to interact with people.
Definitely. At a higher level, you need to have German.
And one more thing I want to include is sports people. See, table tennis and all, it is means you are a very good player, table tennis player and all. It's a good field. There is good opportunities in Germany.
Sriram asks, after diploma, a student can join in German college for bachelor's degree. There is a criteria. 1 year of qualification is okay. I think you can check the specific university that you're looking out and you'll have the answer.
University technician, there are two things, TUs, Technische Universität and Fachschulen.
Kamala, I think this is a question by Kamala.
For Kamala, yeah.
Answer.
Technische University is most based on research-oriented studies. So the workload is more there. TU München, there are TU 9 TUs. TU München, TU Berlin, TU Braunschweig, like that. Fachhochschulen is the University of Applied Sciences where the workload is less. That is more application-oriented courses. So it is like more into work field. TUs are more for PhD. Research like that.
Ma'am, Mr. Pramod shall, I think that's all with the questions. Some questions are repetitive, so we are not presenting those.
Okay.
Most of it is about the same things which you have already spoken about. So we will share the presentation with the students. Right. They can post their queries by email also, and we can send that to you for further response. Rama ma'am?
Sure.
Yes. Yes,
ma'am, shall we proceed?
Thank you, Rama ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Walter. Okay. So I think first and foremost, I have to thank both Sabita and Mr. Pramod because, the kind of insights you have given, you have motivated the students to, in fact, learn German. So you've given a very, very detailed presentation. I think if at all they have any queries, they can get back to you on email. It was an excellent presentation. I don't have to say that. So I think even the faculty who have been watching would have been motivated to, get into some kind of basic German study. So thank you once again. We are very happy and we hope to associate with you in future also. Thank you so much, Sabita and Mr. Pramod.
Thank you. Pleasure is ours.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Pleasure is ours.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sabita ma'am and Pramod sir, for a wonderful presentation. I will definitely share the feedback with you from the students and the faculty members.
Sure.
Some of the faculty members who joined us have given excellent feedback on the chat itself. But further on, there are some queries which are very selective in nature, and I will definitely post those queries to you.
Definitely.
And we will try to send them
Sure.
the responses. Thank you so much, everyone. You can find the feedback
Thank you, Walter.
link. The students can find the feedback link in the chat.
What is it?
Please fill the feedback in order to get your certificates. Thank you, one and all.
And Walter, I
Right.
think we need to have a formal vote of thanks from Geetanjali.
Geetanjali ma'am, please
Yes,
go ahead.
A formal vote of thanks.
Yeah, okay. Today, my words are not enough to express my gratitude. On behalf of our department, I would like to thank our guest speakers, Ms. Sabita and Mr. Pramod, who set a perfect platform for the students. I would also like to thank our head of the Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, Professor Dr. V. Ramama, for all words that radiated a source of energy within us. We will ever remain grateful to you and we thank you for being with us today. Heartfelt thanks goes out to our faculties, Ms. Bharati, Dr. Walter, Mrs. Preeta Basu, who always stand by us, guide us, and motivate us. We feel proud and thank you for making us feel happy with your presence at this moment. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheel starts rolling months in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated students. I can't thank everyone enough for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of the tasks beyond their comfort zones. Last but not least, I thank all the students for showing their interest in this program. Once again, thank you so much for all who participated here. Thank you.
Thank you, Geetanjali.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
With that, we come to the end of the session. Thank you so much, all the students, for participating. Thank you, Mrs. Sabita and Mr. Pramod, for a wonderful session. I'm sure that we can collaborate in the same way in future. With that, we'll come to the end of the session, and we shall leave the stream now. Thank you, students. You can all leave after you fill your feedback.
Sure.
Bharati, shall we end the session?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Geetanjali.
Thank you, Pramod, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Geetanjali.